Money is not the root of all evil. The Bible just does not say that. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. And anytime we worship anything in the culture today, there are voices out there that are very, very loud and very pronounced and are supposedly steeped in intelligence that are giving us the message that money is the root of all evil. If you believe that money is evil, it naturally follows in a logical progression that people who have money must be evil. And so we get to vilify people who have become successful. This is a dangerous socioeconomic, psychographic trend. It's very dangerous because anytime you vilify success, then no one wants to become successful. Because if you're successful, you're evil, and you're evil because money is evil and you got some. You follow the progression. It's not real tough. But this drumbeat is out there, and you and I have a problem. And this culture has a problem because there's an inconsistency that goes with this. Let me help you with this. If your household income, and by the way, the average American household income is $50,000 a year. That's the average American household income right now, according to the Census Bureau. It's actually just a little bit over that. But if your household income makes considerably less than the average, and your average household income is $34,000 a year, you are in the top 1% of income earners in the world. If you make $11,000 a year, which puts you substantially below the federal poverty line, you are in the top 14% of income earners in the world. Translation, most of the families in this arena today are rich. And if money is evil and rich people are evil, I'm looking at a bunch of evil people. This is a problem, you guys. This is a serious problem. Now, I know you don't feel rich, and I know probably your family doesn't feel rich because you get to compare yourself to people who are richer. But you're in the top 1% of the world. So when people start vilifying the building of wealth, especially when it's the positive use, it creates this hypocrisy in the marketplace because the very people who are saying in the marketplace, doing this drumbeat about wealth is evil, are by definition wealthy people. And the problem is, in other words, that in North America today, we are the most successful group of people of this size, the United States of America, in the history of humankind. Financially, the United States of America is the largest group of financially successful people in the history of humankind. But you need to understand that there was a cause and effect of sowing and a reaping thing that caused that to happen. The reason you and I are so wealthy as compared to the rest of the world is the Judeo-Christian ethic that is underlying our entire economy and our belief system. Even if you're not a Christian, a person of faith, that doesn't matter. You still are operating in a culture that functions with the value system of a Judeo-Christian ethic. Let me give you an example. We believe in this country that you should tell the truth. And if a company doesn't tell the truth, if you go to get your car fixed and they lie to you, that is considered a breach of ethics, and people do not do business with that mechanic again, and he goes out of business. If they lie to you at the doctor's office, you don't go back to that doctor's office. We don't believe in lying. Integrity, however, is not viewed that way universally around the world. Some cultures, it's actually, the ethic is that if you can mess someone over, you've done something good. Now that's a foreign concept to us because an ethic is so rooted in who we are as a people. The second thing is we believe in service. And guess what? How service works in the marketplace. See, we believe in worship service on Sunday, but on Monday we believe in customer service. Whether you're a person of faith or not, you believe those things. You believe in good customer service. You believe that's how things ought to be done. They had bad customer service over there. We believe in good service. As a matter of fact, my wife and I went out on our date night a while back. She joined me. I was speaking in Phoenix 2 weeks ago, and she joined me down in Phoenix, and we had a date night at a sweet restaurant. I'll just tell you, the more books I sell, the better my date nights are. It's incredible, man. And we go to one of these restaurants. You know what I'm talking about? White tablecloth. You recline at the table because you're going to be there a while. And they're bringing food. My mouth's watering just talking about it, you guys. They're bringing the food, and we ate. Went into a coma. We ate. It's amazing. But you know what happens in one of those environments, if you've ever been able to do that, is the person who brings the food to the table, your server, we believe in service. By the end of that meal, they're not just someone who slops some food on the table. By the end of that meal, they're a family member. You don't know what I'm talking about. And you know what is customary and proper to do? If you were served well, at the end of the meal, you say thank you. And there's a universal language for saying thank you to servers. It's called money. And you leave a tip. And in a meal like that, you leave a big honking tip. Because this is now your friend. You've got a connection. In our culture, we believe in rewarding service. Customers that are served well don't mind paying an organization for service. My friend Rabbi Lapin, who is an Orthodox Jewish rabbi, he says that in the marketplace, when you serve well, your customers give you certificates of appreciation with presidents' faces on them. We customarily say, thank you, and we issue a certificate of appreciation when someone fixes my water heater at my house, when someone fixes my car or changes the tire on it. We give certificates of appreciation for service in this culture. My friend Ken Blanchard says, profit is the applause your customers give you. This is why our society has prospered. These are just two of the ethics, service and integrity, that have caused that to happen. But we have a problem. There are really three proper views of wealth and possession, or three possible views of wealth and possessions. I'll go ahead and tell you ahead of time, two of them are wrong, one of them is right, and I have done all three, which means I've done it wrong some, more times than I'd like to admit in here today. The first spirit is a spirit of pride. Pride says, money comes from me. Now, this is the one I fell into the first time, and I can fall back into it too, because I believe in hard work. Money comes from me. I believe work is where money comes from, and I think people ought to work. I created money. Money came from me. My success came from me. Now, these are performance-oriented individuals who check a box spiritually in their performance things. I've been there and done that. And people that fall into this spirit of pride, like I have, we like Bible verses that say things like, those that won't work, don't let them eat. We like Bible verses that say things like, the diligent prosper. Or when you're faithful with the little, more is given to you to manage. You will reap what you sow. I love those kinds of verses. Ramsey family's hardworking people. There wasn't a whole lot I learned growing up from my dad and mom, but one of the things I learned for sure was work. I asked my dad one time for some money to go down to the local market and get an icy. He handed me a lawnmower. Work. I believe in hard work, and I believe in those scriptures, but I don't believe that the farmer plants seed, and when it rains and the crop comes up, says, didn't I do good with that rain thing? I'm pretty good at this rain thing. That crop was but all the result of my work. That's a dangerous place to be. Sometimes those of us that fall into that category, we might be politically conservative. Sometimes we might vote Republican. It could happen. Oh, I'll get to the others, don't wait.